Jonas!
Nation, yeah, yeah, wagwan. Well, let's see wagwan. Boss for every boss. That is Prime Minister Andrew Holness at the Jamaica Labour Party Annual Conference. For those who don't know the song that I play, that is Alkaline's Boss. What do you hear, wagwan? Alkaline song being played at the Jamaica Labour Party Annual Conference. I guess Mr. Holness is saying the boss for every boss. At a point it sounded as if it was a dub. But the entertainment feed community would there on the Sunday a good time Sundays would there once more with the ENT news, their topics, the updates. Let's head over back to the Jamaica Labour Party Annual Conference. A lot of things were said by members of the Jamaica Labour Party, but thanks to Prime Minister Andrew Holness, we can easily share the main points made as the Prime Minister basically shared what was said. I think this is shared through at the People's National Party. In 4 years, they did less than 50 farm roads. In 3 years, the Jamaica Labour Party has done over 200 farm roads. Jamaica cannot afford to go back to the reckless and irresponsible management under the PNP. The talking and chest beating gets nothing done. Listen to the facts and share the facts. The JLP empowers women in politics, business, education and farming. We are deliberate in supporting and uplifting women in all areas of life. The Jamaica Labour Party is the party of choice for women. We have strongly and actively taken steps to protect our women. Following the next budget in March, the government will reduce the GCT on electricity from 15% to 7%. This government is making skills training accessible, free arts enrollment, lift subsidies, the 6th Farm Pathways program, no SBL guarantors, and scholarship and bursaries for students. We increased part benefits by 30% in the last budget, reaching 236,000 Jamaicans. Starting February, individuals 18 and older, not on part, NIS or social pension, will undergo a needs assessment to qualify for a $20,000 check. For the first time ever, we introduced the reverse tax credit, giving $20,000 back to over 290,912 Jamaicans. The government will reduce transportation costs for all students by deploying 100 new buses in rural areas. Additionally, the Morat Bay Metro received 12 new buses benefiting 6,000 students. By mid-next year, 100 additional CNG buses will be added. And the last thing the PM shared, persons disconnected from the national water supply for over 2 years due to debt or pensioners are in need will have their debt fully written off and the reconnection fees waived. Nation, do state the thoughts on that. Several of our community members have asked me to share this video. It is from MP Lisa Hanna. She shared this video with the caption stating, according to Minister of Finance, for the financial year ending 2024, the National Housing Trust collected over 43 billion in income and spent almost 13 billion GMD in operation expenses. These figures are shocking as the average number of housing completions by the NHT from 2018 to 2022 is 2,157 per annum. Additionally, the NHT generated a surplus of 21.8 billion for the financial year 2023 to 2024. With an employed labor force of over 1.2 million, the National Housing Trust is delivering less than 0.18% of houses or housing completions for our working population. So instead of building houses for our people, the NHT is taking a percentage of workers and employee salaries to build cash in the bank. Yet, the National Housing Trust executives are making substantial salaries annually.
So have you ever paid for something and then when you get home, you remember that you left it at the store? And then when you think, let me go back and pick it up, you're like, boy, it's just so far away and I can't be bothered. Well, that's how most Jamaicans feel every month after they pay their National Housing Trust, knowing full well that they're paying for this thing, but that the opportunity or even trying to access a loan from the NHT or even an NHT home is they just can't be bothered. Because by the time they overcome certainly all the hurdles to get something from the NHT, them both broke and them tired. So earlier this year, I wrote an article on the National Housing Trust entitled Building Cash, Not Housing, which discussed the basis of the NHT's inadequate performance. Yeah, inadequate, and I'm going to step on some corns here, but it's fine. So simply put, the mandate of the National Housing Trust was established in 1976, and it was a brilliant idea by then Prime Minister Michael Manley to provide affordable housing to most of our populace. And funding this entity came from a 2% tax from Jamaican employees and a 3% tax from every Jamaican employer. But nearly 50 years later, the data that I've looked through suggests that the NHT has been quite inefficient and ineffective in delivering its mandate. And I want you to stay with me because I'm going to quote some statistics and you need to just pay attention. Now, according to the Ministry of Finance and Planning, for the financial year ending 2024, the NHT collected in income Jamaican $43 billion in income. Yeah, that's what it collected in income. And here's what they spent in their operating expenses. They spent close to $13 billion, actually $12.946 billion in operating the entity. Now, these figures are shocking, and when I saw them, it blew my mind, as the average number of housing completions by the National Housing Trust from 2018 to 2022 is only 2,157 per annum, annually. And you can check the Economic and Social Survey of Jamaica for 2022 to see some of those stats further. Included in these figures that I looked at, the housing, NHT says, yeah, it does some housing completions, and those were what they did in 2022. But they do other things like build on your own land, lot solutions. They talk about guaranteed purchase programs. They do individual loan solutions. They do joint ventures, and they do NHT project solutions. But what is clear is that not all of these solutions stated by them are actually livable, finished dwellings. Moreover, based on the administrative costs, you see, when a homeowner even gets a mortgage loan of approximately $12 million from the NHT, half of the money comprises the organization administrative costs. That's about 50% of that money when you aggregate everything. Now, when you look at the NHT's accounts, they generated a surplus of $21.8 billion for the financial year 2023-2024. Now, with an employed labor force in Jamaica of about 1.27 million people, the NHT is delivering less than 0.18% of houses or housing completions for our working population. 0.18% of houses or housing completions. So the truth is, instead of building houses for our people, the NHT is actually taking a percentage of workers' and employers' salaries to build cash in the bank. And this approach by the NHT is untenable and contrary to its original mission. Yet each year, they embark on what I call a promotional display of misinformation, because they reported to Parliament earlier this year that they intend to start about 15,000 new housing solutions for this financial year. And when I heard it, when I read it, I said, this must be imagined. Because in the same report that they say this, they reported that they delivered only 1,627 solutions for 2023, and they've never exceeded 2,700 solutions annually since 2018. And go and check the Jamaica Public Bodies report of 2024 to 2025 to see that information. And I should also mention that these small, unimpressive deliverable statistics come with NHT executives making substantial salaries. Over 13 of their executives are earning above $16 million in annual salaries. The managing director is earning $34.2 million. The finance director, $22 million. The construction and development director, $21.6 million. The corporate services person is earning $22.1 million. The SGM customer relations person is $22.79 million. And the GM for the company secretariat is $19.4 million. And you can just pull up the National Housing Trust 2023 annual report to look at those salary structures. So the executive salaries alone by these executives represent over $122,000 per unit they delivered on average from 2018 to 2022, and over $161,000 per unit for the 1,627 they reported to deliver in the last financial year. Now, it blows my mind because I say, well, other countries, their national social housing programs actually, give their people houses. And it's a far more effective program that they have. And I know people don't like when you use Singapore as a basis point for judging Jamaica, but let me use them, and here's why. They have a vision because they say owning a home is a public housing is a right for every one of their citizens. It's enshrined in their policy. And so for their population of 5.6 million in Singapore, their social housing has delivered over 1 million units spread across close to 25 towns and 3 estates, giving a home to over 80% of Singapore's resident population. Because their government says, look, we have a mandate because it is a right of their citizens to own somewhere and to have a roof over their head, and it is their mandate in to provide housing, and they look at the whole spectrum of needs for the optimal living of their citizen, including the environment, including the continual process to create an innovative and sustainable community or communities, and it's an ongoing process for them. And when I looked at the public housing board reports of Singapore, I want us to start paying attention this way, right? Because nothing creates more value in an economy than agriculture and construction. And this is what I believe. So in addition to providing much needed housing and improving the dignity of home ownerships, it would grow the economy and give all Jamaicans a sense of peace. Because guess what? You see, when a Jamaican owns somewhere, they can pass it down to the generations coming behind them. There's nothing better than someone knowing and having peace of mind that they have a roof over their head, that they can turn their own key because they own it. And let me tell you something. It is your mandate to make sure that every single Jamaican who pays their National Housing Trust actually has somewhere. You should be out there tapping into every Jamaican and saying, come and let me show you how you can own somewhere. That's your mandate, NHT. That's what we pay you to do. That is why it is young people who are trying to own a home, domestic helpers who throw them little money once a week, right? Their employees might not pay for it for them, but they do it. And them can't own somewhere in this day and age. And you have all of these special programs. I've met too many people who tell me all the different things that they have to go through. You shouldn't be operating like a commercial bank. That's not your mandate. Your mandate is a national social housing program, but you've lost the way. And so I'm hoping that you will find, the NHT will find this moment to start listening again, acting with courage to do things differently. And if you want to go back and read some of the articles that I've written on housing and given solutions, do that. You can click the link. I've been writing them for over 3 years. But I want the NHT to hear what I'm saying. Because the time is now. You have too many Jamaicans that are there that cannot afford homes. And it is your mandate, not private contractors. It is your mandate to make sure that they can own a home. That's what you were established to do in 1976. And so I look forward to more housing completions by you, not starts, for this financial year.
Nation, let's talk about those schoolers. For those who never see the video, I think it would be wrong for me to tell you where you can find the video only because of the type of video. But it showed several school youths a take turn off with a high school girl. Don't know how it really go. Maybe the girl wanted to do it with one of the boys or two of the boys, I don't know. But in the video, it showed that she definitely never wanted to do it with one of them. And in return, the youth assaulted the female, forcing her to do it with him. Still Nation, those boys were recently arrested. But here are a few social media users speaking on the matter.
She went there, and she got there of her own. She went there, she got there, because she like one of the boys. I'm telling you, maybe nobody now go and believe me, but that's okay. She got there because one of the boys them where she have a like. So she got there because yes, she maybe end up have before or whatever, we don't know that cause, but may I tell you, she got there because she like one of the boys. And when she got there, that's how everything unfold. That is a battery. On a blind, on a stupid, that is a battery. Hear what happened, right? I mean, no did it, and I can't tell you no. She went there for have with one person. And when she got there, more than one person turn up. More than one boys turn up. And the rest of them want a piece.
Mr. I just make the video, maybe yesterday, saying when you're unsupervised, bad things will happen to you. So when you need to go home to the parents when school over. If you're in a school and you go, I must find a taxi to go home or a bus to go home because bad things will happen to you. No, I know that little girl where they in the uniform, we go Bridgeport High School, and it look like she in a grade 10, it look like she still in a grade 8 or 9. And the little boy them have on a white shirt, some know say I still grade 9 or grade 8 them in a. Now you're in a room with 7 boys and they might take advantage of you, who not beat you up because you tell them say you don't want to have no more. What is this? I know you must have trusted one of them to go there with them, but guess what? Them never believe in you or have no faith in you or care about your feelings or love you. Love no count when you're in your teens. Your education do. Or sometimes when you need to go home and no matter talk to you, they don't feel no way like say she don't want to live no life, or because them streets rough, so stay up on the sidewalk because you're not ready for this state and not mature enough yet. Now you get pregnant, you don't know which one of them 7 boys you breed you. I'm not pointing a finger upon you because it's unspeakable what they did to you. But you have to think about yourself as a young lady, because you get stuck with your picnic them, you get stuck with the disease, you get stuck with the shame, you get stuck with everything. Your mother gets stuck with that. Now she take up her money for sending you to school, and now you're not in school, you're at somebody's house in a room because you trusted one of those boys to go there with them. You probably are go there for just not skip school. You're probably not going to do nothing bad, but they had bad intentions for you. It's sad and it hurt my feelings, so you have to go through this and it will go traumatize you for the rest of your life. But I hope and I pray you find peace after this, because it will take long for come. You're going to need counseling, you're going to need everything. Shame that disgrace that. But I feel bad how you trusted one of them and they betrayed you. Yes. This world is mean, and there's many more betrayals to come if you're not open your eyes. And sister, I'm not supposed to be here because this is not the place for me. Wrong place, wrong time. Young lady, I pray you find peace. What them do to you never right. But when no mother talk to you, please listen and go home when school over. Come, no mother telling us if I come home when school over. I feel if your parents them sometime in a man. I know your mother fear think boy the way I got you wanna feel it for you. Nothing say you alone feel it as kids. You go home, the streets don't love you no. Kids, high schoolers, go home, the streets don't love y'all.
Nation, Miss Kitty, her name is now in the spotlight, and the base of what a lot of people are saying. Just know that things don't look good. You hear me I talk about just know that things don't look good. Like, I'm not going to talk about what's being said. What's being said though, rumors are now circulating that Miss Kitty, her husband, recently filed for divorce.
God of gracious, the saga continue. Ta! Miss Kitty husband, ta! The poor liar, Ian Wilkinson, him, is traumatized, stressed out, and end up in hospital. Ha! That is very bad. But that's not the main thing. Mr. Wilkinson said he wants a DNA for the picnic. That Miss Kitty claims that he get her pregnant. What a saga you know. Miss Kitty, talk the truth you know. The last time I asked you, did Mr. Wilkinson read you? You don't reply. You're speculating. And now the man said, for this drama will take place, I'm not going no further with the marriage. I'm not going any further, and he filed a divorce instantly. But he said, if he is the right father, he will take care of his child. But he wants a DNA test. Miss Kitty, why you don't want to take a DNA for the child? What are you hiding? Where you run from? Anything in the dark shall come into the light. You get exposed. You think you are a liar, people afraid of you. You think you are a liar, feel so important more than anybody. You is the same and who disrespect woman and look down upon every other woman and call them dungs and worthless. With a vulgar and a brawliness. And go on like this Miss Goody Goody, and you're important and special. Ta! And sit there now. He's a damn cheater. Prostitute secretly. A whore privately. Ta! Ah! The man want DNA for him pitney. And look here. They make sure you get it, you know. Because if a jacket pitney, ta! He plan to show your nastiness. Hey!
Once again, it's rumors. Still, here is 911 or 119. The man who claimed that he dated Miss Kitty before she got engaged, before she got married, before she had a baby. Although it said that Miss Kitty denied all claims. But here is 119.
Me hear say, the baby mother husband and ask her for the DNA test now. It's all over social media. Say my baby mother husband want a DNA test. From the baby born. From the baby born. The first thing me come out and say, me tell him if he go do a DNA test. And he sit down there like an idiot. Look how long me tell you if you do a DNA test. Look from when. Look from when me tell you if you go and do a DNA test. Pan the baby. And now you come boy you want to do DNA test? Because if you do the DNA test, you're going to get a surprise, you get a shock. Now it's all over the internet now, all over social media. My baby mother is trending again because everybody I say her husband asked her for DNA test and she said she not do no DNA test. Them all I say her husband filed divorce. I don't believe that. I don't believe her husband filed divorce. Her husband feels say me and her still a touch under the quiet. Me nah kiss and tell. Me nah talk. Me nah depend that. Me nah come and stuff to talk about that. When me come and stuff to talk about is that me want the three we go up on the Maury show. Me want the three we to go on the Maury show and do the DNA live on the Maury show. Me want we do the DNA, make the world see a fool for Pitney. Because me tell him long time me tell him say go do the DNA test. And me don't know if afraid or what. Me don't know if afraid. But me hear say she not do no DNA. And that the vloggers and the bloggers and couple of them come out and I say them have it from good source. Say she not agree to no DNA. But as me know, me want the DNA to be done and me want it to be done for Maury. Me want the trio we go for Maury for the reveal. Imagine when Maury put up my little daughter picture, put up the man picture and put up for me picture. When Maury put up the mother picture, the husband picture, my daughter picture, my picture. And she a run up. And I said, look at the nose, look at the mouth, look at the eyes. Lord Jesus Christ, you can imagine when Maury bring out the envelope. When Maury take up the envelope, me go sit down up there confident. Cause me know. Me not fret. Me not go pa Maury go sweat. A him have to go sweat. A him have go pa Maury go worry and fret. He would all feel it up there. When Maury take up that envelope there and say, when it comes to baby Kathy, she a mouse. Me even. You don't know, say I know me don't know my daughter name. Up to now, me don't know my daughter name. Cause she not can tell me my daughter name. But when Maury take up that envelope and say, when it come to 1-year-old Kathy, you are not You are not the father. Jesus Christ. Him a go drop down. Only imagine him a go ball. Big old upstanding man in society. In a tears. Pamar show. Oh God, and when them put the baby picture beside my picture, now I go see the dead stamp. So no beg her, me a beg. Me a beg Me a beg all our friends, them, our family, everybody. It is only fair. Make sure do the DNA. You know, fear if you fool up her husband. It's not a nice thing. Jacket is not a nice thing. And the next thing, me not see my daughter. I can't see my daughter. Not even a little picture of my daughter. And I want to see what my daughter look like. I wonder if she go have her mother big bottom. Oh, but no. She can't have her mother big bottom because her mother big bottom. No, in a natural big bottom. So, my daughter bottom I go squeeze up and flat like a bomb press up. Squeeze up. The natural part of her mother bottom. You know, big and fluffy and protrude. It squeeze up like it's machine like you know when you have two dumplings and you put the two dumplings together. That's why her mother natural bottom look. I wish my daughter could have inherit the big bottom when my baby mother have now, but you know because that part of things not natural.